Right now, you're sitting in front of your computer. Your webcam looks off. The light isn't on. But is it actually off? Last month, a security firm reported that over 15,000 cameras were accessed without permission worldwide in a single week. Most of them weren't anything special. Laptops, desktops, a few smart TVs with a camera built into the frame. By the time this video ends, you'll know exactly how someone could be watching you right now without a single warning sign and how to shut that door completely. Can your camera really be hacked? Can someone watch you even when the light stays dark? How would you even know? Is it just your laptop or your phone too? If you skip this video, someone could be watching you right now and you'd have no way of knowing. Let's start with something that surprises most people. Nobody is choosing you specifically. Attackers don't pick individuals. They cast a net across thousands of machines at once. You're just one of the fish that happens to swim into it. In a strange way, that's more unsettling than a targeted attack. You don't need to make an enemy. You don't need to be noticed. You just need to open the wrong file. The tool that makes this possible is called a RAT, short for Remote Access Trojan. It sounds technical, but the idea is simple. This software installs itself quietly, and it hands the attacker full control of your machine as if it were their own, turning on the camera, listening through the microphone, watching your screen, even copying your files. Some versions run so quietly in the background that you'd never feel your computer slow down, never notice a single flicker. There's a photo that circulated online years ago. Mark Zuckerberg's laptop, camera covered with a strip of tape. The founder of Facebook takes this risk seriously enough to physically block it. So this isn't paranoia, it's just precaution. Now let me tell you a story, because this is where the risk stops being abstract. In 2019, a college student downloaded a free game onto her laptop. Nothing unusual, people do it every day. She installed it, played it, forgot about it. No warning popped up, no error message, nothing gave it away. Hidden inside that game was a rat. Months later, an email arrived. Inside were images taken from her own room through her own camera. Whoever sent it wanted money, or the footage would be shared. She had no idea any of it happened. In her statement, she said the light on her camera never once turned on. That's because advanced RAT software can control the light itself, switch it off while still recording. For weeks, maybe months, someone had been watching, and there was never a single sign to catch. This is where two kinds of users split apart. One clicks every link, downloads every file, takes no precautions at all. The other follows a handful of simple steps, the ones I'm about to walk you through. The gap between them isn't small. It's the difference between losing your privacy completely and being fully protected. And usually what separates them isn't technical skill. It's just a few minutes of attention. So how do they actually get in? There are three doors attackers tend to use. Fake files are one. A free game, a pirated movie, a cracked program, something that looks exactly like what you wanted, while malicious code rides along inside it. The game really opens. The movie really plays. Whatever is running underneath stays completely invisible. Fake emails and links are another. Your package has arrived. Click here. Your account was compromised. Reset your password now. This is called phishing, baiting you into clicking. Some of these messages copy a real company's logo, its exact fonts, its tone, closely enough to fool almost anyone. The third is far less dramatic, but just as dangerous: outdated software. If your operating system or a program falls behind on updates, known vulnerabilities stay wide open. Here's the strange part. Those vulnerabilities are usually public knowledge because companies announce, "We patched this," the moment an update ships. So skipping the update is almost like leaving a map to the unlocked door. I'll walk you through how to close all three shortly. First, one example of what taking this seriously actually looks like in practice. Mr. Beast's team treats the security of their equipment as a serious priority. On a production worth millions, a single gap could mean stolen or leaked footage. Alex Hormozy says something similar over and over. A small precaution prevents a large disaster. Webcam security works on exactly that logic. 5 minutes spent now erases a much bigger problem later. One more thing before the steps. Most people assume this only applies to laptops. It doesn't. Phone front cameras carry the same risk. So do the small cameras built into the top of smart TVs. Some home security cameras are even worse. Left with the default password from setup, they show up for anyone scanning the internet for exactly that. No hacking skill required, just trying the password that came in the box. So webcam security isn't really about one device. It's about every camera in your home. Now the part you came for. The simplest fix is also the most reliable. Put a small sliding cover over your camera or just tape it. No matter how advanced the software is, a physical block can't be bypassed. It's the one solution no hacker can code around. Go into your settings and check which programs have permission to access your camera, under Privacy and Security on Windows or System Settings on Mac. If something you don't recognize or haven't opened in years still has access, revoke it. Most people are surprised by what they find here, an old program forgotten years ago, still quietly holding permission. Keep your operating system and antivirus software updated. Updates feel tedious, I know, but they're closing the exact gaps attackers rely on. Think of it as changing the locks on a regular schedule. Don't download from sources you don't trust. Don't click links and emails from people you don't know. If a file is shouting free or urgent at you, that urgency is usually the trap itself. Change the default password on every smart camera and connected device the moment you set it up. It's probably the most skipped step on this list and one of the most important. Get in the habit of watching your camera light. A flicker on startup is normal, but if it turns on when nothing's running or your fan spins up for no reason, that's worth paying attention to. Do these things and you've already turned away most of the attackers who might come looking. Remember, nobody's targeting you specifically. They're looking for the easiest target. Stop being easy and they move on to someone else. Say you've locked down your camera. What about your microphone? They don't need to watch you to gather something just as dangerous. They just need to listen. In some ways, it's worse. A picture is something you might eventually notice. A recording running silently in the background almost never is. And most people have no idea this is even possible. That's exactly why I made a video called How Your Microphone Gives You Away. In it, I walk through exactly how your phone's and computer's microphone can be activated without your permission and how to shut that down completely. Click that video in the corner of the screen, and this time, lock down your privacy all the way. See you there.